All right, good morning, friends. We are live. So today I'm going to be doing my makeup for work. So I'm just going to put this on and make it work appropriate for meetings. And then I'm going to a brewery later tonight. So we got a little bit of a mix outfit. This outfit is very restrictive. I can't even show you guys. Like, it is like a full-length dress, but like I can't move that well in it. But that's okay. We're going to do a little bit of makeup here. So I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. If you've watched any of my other streams, you know I was using one that was almost out for the longest time, and we are finally on the new one. So, very exciting. I do like this because I feel like it's a great dupe of the Milk Makeup Primer. It just really grabs your foundation, holds onto it. It does take like 30 seconds to just kind of soak into your face and do its thing. So while I wait for that, I'm going to grab my Uoma foundation. Looks like I'm kind of running out of this. And a beauty blender. Get this wet. And I'm just going to put a couple of pumps of my foundation on here. And then hopefully my face is ready. And just start patting this on so that my face and body kind of match. I definitely just got a huge dollop of foundation in my hair, but that's okay. We'll blend that in later. So I do like to wet my beauty blender beforehand, just because I feel like then less product is absorbed by my sponge, even though there's still like definitely a lot of product on this. And it just blends into my face a little bit better when the beauty blender is wet. So I'm gonna put this all over. This will also be one of my last streams before vacation, so I'll be nice and tanned next time you all see me, probably. I might try to stream a little bit tomorrow morning. We'll see. But I'm excited to get a little bit of color on my skin because my summer tan, I feel like, has officially left the building. Just blend this down onto my neck a little bit, especially because I haven't transitioned to like my lighter shades that I wear like in the winter for my makeup, so I'm just gonna make sure this is blended down onto my neck, just so that even if my neck is just as pale as my face at this point in time, it'll always be a little blended. But I do have some makeup that is like a couple shades lighter just for winter, so haven't broken those out yet, but we're working on it. So next I'm gonna go in and just use a little bit of setting spray on my face, just because I saw like a TikTok hack where once you're done with all like the cream and liquid products on your face, you set it down just so that your face stays a little bit more on. So I'm going in with the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I know it's very dirty and it's also like tinted in multiple places, but to be fair, I bought this probably like a year ago, almost a year and a half ago. I bought two of these and I've been working them down since then. Officially finished one of them, so now there's just like a little bit left in here. So it's a little bit pricey, but the mist is so fine that I feel like it is like a decent bang for your buck on this. So while I wait for that, I'm just going to set out all of my powders. Hello, good afternoon. It's actually still morning where I'm at. I wish it was afternoon. It would mean it'd be closer to being done with work. But things are good. I'm just kind of taking a break in between my work meetings here just to kind of put my face on officially. All right, got all my powders set out here so that they're ready when I'm ready. And I'm just gonna go in and just dry down my face a little bit. I'm flying out tomorrow morning, or I guess like tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Well, I guess 11:45 is the afternoon. So I gotta remember to check in for my flight in 2 hours. Yeah, hour and 45. So I'll hopefully try to stream for you guys tomorrow morning before I leave, but we'll see. I feel like just like sometimes like flying can be so chaotic for like no reason. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my little Laura Mercier puff and my essence powder just to instantly mattify my face and keep all the shine away, hopefully. This also does make my face a little bit more pale just because the powder is so white. So it'll help if my foundation's a little bit too dark for my skin at this point in time. Thank you. I'm excited to take some time away from work. I have not taken off a lot of time so far this year. I think I've taken off like maybe 4 days, like since January in terms of time off. And like to be fair, like I do get weekends off. I do get like most holidays off, at least like most US holidays. And part of my company is in Canada, so it's a little bit more chill even when it's a Canadian holiday, which is nice. Um, but yeah, I've only taken off I think 4 days so far this year. I took off 2 days in March, and I took off 2 days in May to graduate. And I think that's been it so far. So definitely looking forward to taking time off. I would highly advise you take time off if you have some. All right, I'm gonna go in here with my L'Oreal Infallible powder and just lightly dust this all over my face. If I put too much of this on, I feel like it just makes my face look very orange and it just looks too tan. So I'm trying to go in here with a little bit of a lighter hand. Also make sure I get my jaw areas because I feel like sometimes after my stream I'll like look at myself and I'm like, oh, I'm like missing a huge chunk of makeup like on my jawline. But that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna go in here with my bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Bronzer. This is, I feel like this is so exciting. I have like so many new things. So I had like probably like 2 weeks ago, I popped the glass out of this on accident. Or I guess it's not glass. I popped the plastic out of this on accident, and I had just been working with it with like a huge hole in the top, which was fine. Like it didn't affect the product at all, but it was just kind of like, oh, I need to be careful with this because there's a giant hole in the top. So now I finally got a replacement. I don't know if it's just because of the store I went to, but this was like $17.99. So it was a little bit pricey, I feel like, for something that's drugstore makeup, but I don't know. Inflation's everywhere. I'm just trying to make sure I extra bronze up my cheeks because I feel like once I put on my blush, I kind of lose a little bit of this. So I just want to try to make sure this is nice and bronzed here. I'm going to keep this out just so that I can blend it in with my blush afterwards as needed. So I'm going to go in here with my little NARS blush. This is the shade Amore, and I like this one kind of more than I think they're like cult favorite one, their cult favorite shade, which I don't know if I'm like allowed to say the name of it on stream, but this one is matte, and it is like a little bit of a lighter color. Okay, just put a lot on my face, but this one is a lighter color than kind of their bestseller one, and it's matte. So I do really like this one. I did start with kind of their bestseller, which is like a darker shiny one. What the problem is, I do like my face to be pretty matte. I know that's like not as like in style now as it used to be, but I do like my face to be really matte just because I feel like my face gets pretty oily throughout the course of the day, so I just try to start it like out as matte as possible. So the other blush that I had first, it did have like kind of a luminosity, it did have a shimmer to it, and I do put on highlighter separate, so I just kind of like to have those separate. I don't want all my products to be like shining at me. A little heavy with the blush, but we're just gonna blend my bronzer into it a little bit just to soften it up. And my face throughout the course of the day will just gradually start to like absorb all my makeup products anyway, so it'll look good later on. I'm gonna go in here with a little bit of my highlighter, just hitting like the high points of my face. So I'm trying to keep this like relatively work appropriate because I do have like another meeting or two today. So I'm just gonna like zip up the hoodie if I have a meeting and try to keep my makeup a little bit more natural. I'll probably slap on lashes later, but for now we're gonna keep it kind of more neutral, more work friendly. A little bit of a nose highlight. I love that. All right, I'm gonna move on to my eyes here. So I'm gonna take my eyelash curler because I feel like I often forget to curl my eyelashes until it's too late. It's also funny because I used to get, well, not I used to, hello, welcome. I one time got an eyelash perm, which they essentially like stick this plastic piece like on your eyelid, and then they like, it's kind of like how they do like hair perms, if anyone's familiar with that. And they put this plastic piece on your eyelid, and then they just put this like chemical solution on your eyelashes, and then they just like brush them up so that they like stay up. But the thing is, like, you could do it with like an eyelash curler. I mean, you just have to do it every day. Like the lash perm supposedly lasts like 2 weeks, so you just kind of wake up and your lashes look good. I feel like it's kind of like an in-between step between like your natural lashes and extensions, but I don't know, you can just curl your lashes every day and save money. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go in here and try to do a thin little line of eyeliner. I feel like that was not that thin, but that's okay. I'll hopefully enjoy my meetings. We'll see. Unfortunately, it's one of those meetings where I know there's gonna be like a lot of to-do list stuff for me after because people are gonna like request a lot of things from me, which is fine. I just like I'm taking all of next week off, and I'd rather not like think about all that I have like left to do, like when I'm on vacation. Oh, yeah, I mean, I could put my jacket on around my waist. I'm just kind of cold right now. If it's like getting in the way of the mic though, let me know, because I tried to like position it so it wouldn't touch. I am going in here with a little bit of my lash primer. I'm honestly not sure how much of this product is left in the tube. I might just be like brushing nothing onto my lashes, but I think there's still a little something in here. But this is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen lash primer. I do appreciate the suggestion though. But yeah, I'm like a little bit cold right now. I'm like not good with cold weather, like at all. And I live in California, so it's not even that cold here. And like I live in the Bay Area, so it's like really not even cold, but just like I don't deal with cold weather well. And we don't have the heater on here, so it's a little chilly. But trying to show off the fit like a little bit, but also try to like maintain my warmth level. So I'm gonna go in here with my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I feel like honestly you just need a little bit to get a good look. Alright, we'll call that good on the upper lashes. I mean, you could just keep applying mascara all day long, but I don't have all day. Alright, do a little bit of the lower lashes here. Sorry, I have to get like a little bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm gonna dip it back in here. Do the other eye. I kind of do the traditional method of putting on mascara. I know there's like the new hacks, the new methods, but I don't know. I think old habits just die hard because they do just kind of put the brush at the base and like wiggle it up. And I know there's like things you're supposed to go in with a tip instead and do it because it deposits more product and then you just comb it out. But I don't know. I think just I've been doing this so long, it's just like muscle memory to do this. All right, moment of truth. Let's try not to like get this under my eyes. So I feel like I love the look of lower lash mascara, but I just feel like it adds like a little something. It's kind of cute, but there's definitely times where I'll just like accidentally like get it under my eye, and it's like kind of hard to clean up. Like you kind of have to go in with like something small, like a Q-tip, and like clean it. Then you have to go back in and like put the color back that you took off. So it's annoying. So like I love the look, but like it's a little dangerous to do, I guess, for like lack of a better word. Because I feel like it can quickly like just spiral into a mess. All right, I'm gonna draw on some eyebrows here for myself. I'm trying to like put my jacket on so I can use my arms better. Thank you. I'm glad we like the makeup so far. This is kind of just my basic everyday look. I'll probably put on eyeshadow later. Actually, I could do that now. I should have done that before I did all this, but that's okay. We'll do like one eyeshadow now. Maybe add some more later. So I'm gonna go in with my KVD Shake Primer. And okay, I don't know what happened to my one that has more in it than this, but I'll need to locate that before my trip. Although I don't know how much makeup I'll be wearing. We'll have to see. Probably some. I feel like I'm one of those people that like never feels like they're complete without it. As ridiculous as I feel like that is. That's just me. Okay. Got my lids nice and primed. I do like this primer because it's clear. I didn't have to like work too hard to like blend it in because it's like flesh colored or white or anything. I mean, those definitely serve their purposes, but I do like mine just because it's super easy. I don't have to blend too much. I think like the white based eyeshadow primers, I think they're meant for bold colors because bold colors show better on white versus like a nude, beige, like skin tone or whatever your skin tone is. So people will put a white base so it just shows up better. I used to use that. I didn't even use bold colors though, so I think I was just making my makeup routine unnecessarily hard. But that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna go in here with my Tartelette Baby Bloom palette. And I'm realizing this color is like a little bit intense, honestly. So I'm not gonna put on too much of this because I don't want to look too crazy at work. Because I am like an analyst, so I do have to make sure people like aren't like, why does our analyst look so crazy? I don't think I trust her numbers. So I gotta sort of build some sort of credibility for myself here. Alright, I think this looks decent actually. It blended out a lot better than I thought it would. I was a little nervous because when I just put it on the edge of my eye, it looked very intense, but it's really not too bad now that I've kind of started sweeping it over and blending it more. So that's good because you can always put on more product. It is much harder to put on less. So, all right, I like this. Gonna go in with a tiny little brush and put this color under my eye here just because I love that look. This is probably a little bit intense because I think I have another color on here, but that's okay. Alright, that's hopefully good. I'm just going to go in with just a little bit of shimmer just to brighten up my eye. So I'm going to go in with this top shade here, which is Lily. Just going to put this on the middle and like front part of my eye here. It's funny. I'm like, I'm not going to make this too intense for work. And now here I am doing all of this. That's okay. Alright, and just a little bit on the inner corner. I'm not great at doing inner corner. I also touch my eyes a lot, so it doesn't last that long. But I like to at least put it on so that I have it initially. Alright, just trying to make sure this looks all even and symmetrical here. My eyes do unfortunately fold differently, so I think that's decent. I'm just going to go in with that big first brush that I have. Just a little bit of this first color and just make sure these are nice and blended out at the edges here. So now I'm going to take another palette. I know, I hate when people do this. I'm like, just use the same palette. Because like when I follow makeup tutorials, I'm like, why? Now I have to buy another palette. But I'm literally just going into this one to get the white shade for my brow bone. That's all. So I'm going to go in here with my Tartelette Toasted palette and just grab a little s'more for my brow bone here. Just so that I feel like it blends a little bit better. It's not like as harsh up at the top, so just kind of a nice little blend and just highlight my brow bone a little bit. So that's the only reason I grabbed a second palette. I'm just saying that because like when I used to follow makeup tutorials, I would hate when people would like use the second palette. I'm like, no, I have to buy a second palette now. Alright, now we're gonna draw on some eyebrows for myself here, so hopefully get something similar here. I feel like these are already not coming out great, but that's okay. You can always use a Q-tip and clean it up as needed. I do feel like I do a little bit of a heavier eyebrow than I think like is like the trend nowadays, to have kind of the more natural fluffy brow, because I don't have that much eyebrow naturally. So I do have to try to draw it in as best as I can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the eyebrows that I have. Thankfully, I'm lucky that my hair is like naturally like quite dark. Like this is all my natural hair, pretty much like here. So my hair is like naturally very dark. So I don't have that much eyebrow, but at least they're dark. That's kind of nice. It does definitely make it harder when I try to dye my hair lighter colors though, because then all of a sudden my eyebrows are very dark and the rest of my hair is not. Alright. These look not really similar at all, not gonna lie. So let me try to fix these and hopefully not make this worse. But I might just need to go in with a Q-tip and clean these up. Okay, try to make these look a little bit more similar here. Okay, that looks sort of more similar. Also not really, but that's okay. Alright. I used to have my eyebrows microbladed, which I thought was going to be just like, you know, change my life, but I don't know. The way that I got my eyebrows microbladed, it was like still quite light for me, so I just still had to do my brows every day. But it at least gave me a nice template for when I did have it done. But this is good because now I can do like a little bit more cleanup as well if I need to, because then I don't have just like the microblading there. So I try to go in heavier the middle and end part and just lighter towards the front, because then I can also just feather out the front piece as well. Okay, actually this came out like not bad. So I'm gonna take just like a little spoolie brush. It's the end of the Anastasia number 14. I don't know why I stopped using this brush and started using this MAC one instead. Couldn't tell you, but I do use this spoolie end and just kind of feather the front. Just make it look a little softer, less intense, less like I Sharpied on my brows this morning. So, and all these products were Morphe. I do use kind of more of a neutral brown than like a dark brown, just because sometimes when I would use dark brown eyebrow products, it was just like very, very intense. I just prefer my brows to be like a little bit softer. Like I prefer for them to be there, but not like, wow, there are your eyebrows. I don't know. I don't want them to look Sharpied on, and sometimes dark brown makes them look that way. So I am going in here with a little bit of my NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel. I do prefer this over I tried their newest one. Did I toss it already because I didn't like it, or did I keep it? Okay, I did keep it. So I did try their NYX, the brow glue, and it's supposed to be the more intense version because it's like a glue. But I just didn't really like this one, so I have been just kind of sticking with the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. But I think it's up to personal preference. I think if the only brow product you're going to put on is like a gel, and you're not going to like put in color or anything like I did, this like brow glue is probably better for you because it'll really like glue your brows into place. But I don't know. For me, like I have color on, and I tried to put this on one time before I put the like eyebrow color on, and it just like did not come out well. So we're going to keep the lip kind of neutral because we're at work, technically. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Prep and Prime. And probably once I run out of this, I will just use a standard chapstick instead of this, because I think this is like $20 for this, which is kind of ridiculous for essentially a chapstick. So I'll try to get like a nice regular chapstick. So if you watched my like nighttime skincare routine the other day, I do have a nice like Fresh branded chapstick, so I'll probably just buy another one of those, replace the MAC with it, because the MAC's pricey and it doesn't last that long, and I honestly don't know what the difference is between that and just like the regular chapstick, so don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe it'll be disastrous. Stay tuned. So I'm gonna go in with the KVD matte lipstick in the shade Double Dare. I use this one a lot. It's just a really nice like neutral shade. So there'll be a little bit of silence for a sec as I put this on. I'm gonna also go a little bit closer here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, let me smile and take a look at how this looks. I try to keep everything as symmetrical as possible because I figure I'll be smiling during my day. So let's see what it looks like when I smile. That looks pretty good. Just make the lower one look symmetrical here. All right. That looks pretty good. Let me get you all to a little bit of better lighting and you can kind of see the finished look. Oh, let me spray my face also. Almost forgot this. So I'm gonna go in here with my Jumbo NYX Matte Setting Spray. This is the 6-ounce one. I think normally it comes in a 2 or 3 ounce, but I figured, hey, let's get the value size. The mist on this setting spray is not nearly as fine as the Hourglass one. So if you prefer a more fine mist, I think there's other brands that offer fine mist, but the NYX one is really not like a fine mist. Like it's a little bit intense. So I'm gonna make sure this tries to dry down a little bit. But here's kind of what it looks like in better lighting here. I could set this up. So not bad. I feel like still like relatively neutral and nice. For work, nothing too crazy. But then I can just like easily slap on false lashes tonight to go out to the brewery. So not bad. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. And I will try to stream one more time for you all before I go on vacation. Have a good rest of your day. Happy Friday, and try to do something fun this weekend. Start to make plans. I feel like Friday is when I start to make my weekend plans. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.